Ciao ragazzi, it's Carmen here alongside Serena from the Napoli Club of Toronto, and welcome to the Figli del Vesuvio podcast, a show where we talk about all things Napoli, our club, Serie A, and Calcio in general. So let's sit back, relax, and talk about that. Welcome everyone to today's podcast. Today we have a special guest from the 6ixside Calcio and Napoli Club Toronto, Danny. How's it going, Danny?
I'm good. You guys, thank you guys so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Oh,
Awesome. And Carm, how are you doing, Carmine?
I'm not doing too bad, man. A little bit tired tonight, but we'll push right through it. By the
Yeah.
way, what's up, Danny? It's been a while since we saw each other. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me again. It's an honor being here. It was fun watching the game with you guys. Too bad Napoli couldn't get the result they wanted, but after seeing what Bayern did to Barca, maybe it was kind of like a blessing in disguise that we didn't make it through.
Yeah, well, we already kind of talked about that in the last podcast that whoever was going to pass that, uh, you know, pass that tie was probably going to get massacred by Bayern Munich. I didn't think it was going to be to that extent that we saw. But yeah, we kind of expected it to a certain degree. Um, so let's get right into it. Do we want to recap the Napoli Barcelona game
Yeah, I'm good with that.
first? Okay, yeah, we'll do that
Yep.
first. So we'll start with whoever just wants to jump in.
Let's go with Danny
Yeah.
first. Let's
All right,
get the
go,
guest
Danny.
Uh,
going first.
so into the game, heading into the game, I think we were all kind of confident. I know me and Carmen, we were confident. Driving to your house, Sorrento, to watch the game, we were confident that Napoli would have came out with the victory, and moved on to play Bayern. But the results show that they didn't. And the way Napoli started off the game, I could probably speak for most. I wasn't impressed at the way they played. Defensively, they looked out of shape, especially Koulibaly and Rui. They were just horrible on the first 15 minutes, and they let Messi take over. Uh, but the goal that Barca scored, it was a push off in my opinion. I would have called it back. But the setup of the corner, it was off a Koulibaly mistake, which I don't know what the hell he was thinking on that point at that part. And again, Lenglet pushed off Demme into Koulibaly, which should have been called back for a foul. Then the second goal was you can't do nothing about it. That was just Messi being Messi. That was I think probably the goal of the tournament. You could say.
Yeah, I
He
think so.
For sure.
deked out the whole Napoli team, made us look like four pylons at the back. And then the third goal, which again is another questionable one. I got into it on the podcast as well, on my podcast, saying that I don't think it could have been it should have been a penalty. Koulibaly wasn't even looking at Messi, and he was trying to just kick the ball out. And unlucky that he caught Messi in that situation, which Messi didn't even have control of the ball. So I don't know how you can call that a foul if the player doesn't even have a ball and the other player was trying to kick it out. But then Napoli picked up the pace after that. Insigne got the penalty before the half to give us some spark, but then in the second half, it was a totally different Napoli side. We switched to the 4-2-3-1, and we looked like a different team. Our build up was a little bit faster, and I think Napoli should go with that formation heading into next season. I think that gives us the best way to attack. Our build up has to be a little bit faster. The way Napoli was using their build up in the game was really slow. They kept passing back. It was like they were winning. But when Napoli attacked, they showed that they were like dangerous, and they created a lot of chances as well. It's just unfortunate Milik's goal that he came in was offside. It was just, yeah, it was a good second half by Napoli. I'm proud of them that they went down with a fight. If it wasn't for the first 15 minutes of the game, and say maybe we conceded that one goal, maybe two, I think Napoli could have potentially tied it. They would have had momentum heading into the second half, but I think three goals early on is just was a big mountain to climb, and which we couldn't climb it. But I'm excited to see what the side can do next year. I think next year that can be a totally different side, and I think they'll be better under a full year on Gattuso.
Yeah, man. I couldn't like you took you took the words right out of my mouth. Everything that you just said, I am 100% in agreement with you. I see eye to eye on that entire recap. Like a couple things, like we didn't play bad.
No, I
Let's
just think the
we
first
didn't play
15
bad.
minutes we were.
in
like
the no,
sloppy.
like that's what I was gonna say. No, we didn't play bad in the first. I think otherwise. I think we didn't play bad in the first 15 minutes. Within the first 3 minutes of the game, Mertens had
Oh yeah, that wonderful
unfortunate
chance.
missed shot. Yeah, we had a wonderful chance,
Yeah,
but he ate that goal. It was a misfortunate miss on goal.
Hmm.
But like it happens. It's football, right? You just gotta put it behind you and keep moving forward. But yeah, ever since if that one, I feel that if that one goal, that first goal, was
That
called,
changed the game.
which we can all agree is a foul. That's 100% a foul. I've
yeah.
never not seen that call.
Any like I was so convinced when we were watching. I'm like, that's not gonna count. I literally said it. I'm like, there's
Yeah,
no way that this counts. I
I was in
was
agreement
shocked.
with you. We all looked at each other. We saw the replay. We saw the VAR replay. We all looked at each other and we're like, "No, he's got to call that back. There's no
I
way
didn't
we're
even
gonna
have
Yeah,
let that
to see
go
the
in."
replay. I literally when that guy had a free header, I saw I'm like, they're gonna call this back. That's not a goal. Like, it's impossible.
when I first saw it, and I'm like, okay, why is I was looking when we were looking at the corner. I go, why is Deme on Lingao? It should be Koulibaly. But then I see Deme on the floor. I go, don't tell me he got outbodied. And then they show the replay, and they were going the VAR.
That's a two hand. That's a two hand push.
And
Like
you
that.
see a two-hand
I don't
push. I go,
understand
It,
how
what
you
the
not call that?
not only that, it was
what
like a
said. Like,
two hand push with a forearm like to his neck. That's a foul. You
that's a
can't miss that.
foul. They had he talked to the VAR. Like, what is the VAR saying to him? Yeah, maybe it's a foul. Like I don't know. Like, look at it. They took their time with Messi, which I didn't even think that was a penalty. Like, honestly, those two calls killed us. But more than anything, that that first goal that off of the corner that was a foul,
Yeah, momentum from us.
everything, and that allowed Barcelona to get into the game because up until that point, we were playing them into the ground. Like
Yeah.
we
By the
had
way, just
created so many chances. We looked like we were playing in the São Paulo, not in the fucking Camp Nou.
Hmm.
They were playing so well.
another thing I wanted
That's
to add on to
for
that,
later.
man.
And then that also let Barcelona get into the game. They started to get kind of comfortable, and that turned Messi on, and then Messi went to go score that second goal
Yeah.
after.
Yeah,
So I feel like if we had a more competent, ref game, that we might have came on. I think I honestly thought that Napoli could have won that game. Like, to be honest,
Me too.
like
Just the way we started in the
in the
second
second
half.
half, like we had chances, we create chances, and it's the same old story of like Napoli creating chances but not finishing chances. It's been the whole season like that. So, but they did put up a good fight, and it's something to be proud about. Now it kind of even looks worse like on us because now Barcelona, after we couldn't beat Barcelona, they go lose 8-2
To Bayern, yeah.
Bayern, so it kind of makes us look even worse. I was kind of hoping that Barcelona could pull a result off against Bayern, so it didn't make our result look as bad. But I just thought that honestly, like we were just unlucky that day. So what can you do?
yeah. Well, going back to like when they scored that first goal, another thing that I reflected on after that match was how how mentally weak we are, in the sense that they seemed deflated after Longley hit that header and scored that first goal. After that point, they all just seemed sloppy. They
Yeah,
stopped
they gave
moving
up.
forward. They gave up. Now,
Michigan 2.0, Carl.
exactly, Michigan 2.0.
Yeah.
We said it that day too.
In Michigan, it was a similar thing. They got hard done by. They got the offside goal in Michigan, and then this first goal was clearly a foul that wasn't called. That was missed by the VAR team. So yeah, they mentally couldn't get over that. I guess in both of those games. Obviously, the second game being a lot more important in the Champions League. But
But here's the
um,
thing.
yeah,
But here's the thing. The one thing that I did notice, and I'm kind of grateful that we have this man on our team now, is Reno. The one
Yeah.
thing that I noticed is that Reno, whatever he said to them at the halftime, worked. He
He's a
lit
good
a
motivation
fire
coach.
under their ass, and they just started. They looked like Danny said. They looked like a completely different side within the span of 15 minutes. By the time they got off the field, from the time they got back on, 15 minutes later, They looked like a completely different side. They looked inspired. They looked motivated. They looked hopeful. Like that's the first time I've ever seen Milik contribute in the final third, holding the play, moving the ball around, finding the space in between defenders,
But that
everyone working
formation
around
helped
him.
them, eh? The
Huh?
4-2-3-1 really helps Napoli, and I've been saying that is that's the formation they have to go to.
I
Yeah,
agree.
That's what they're built for. That's the 4-3-3 they're built well for to play 4-3-3-2. But if you want to have that focal point, nine striker, you can't play a false nine and then like have an actual nine. That's a real nine. Like you need to like have like
yeah, and I
you know
think the 4-3-3 like under like Gattuso, it's completely different because of his play style. And like if you look under like when Sarri was coaching, his was more possession and fast attack. Napoli, the way they play, it's really slow. So a 4-3-3 makes no sense unless like we're trying to break out or we're on a counter attack. And like I think we can all agree that the way Napoli play, it's really slow, and a lot of times it's just stupid because they'll be on the break and then they'll pass it back. It'll end up at like Ospina or whoever's in net. And
I mean, it's good that they do play possession. We do have like I think the highest possession in Serie A. Like
yeah,
they do the ball a lot. But what are you doing with the possession? Like you create chances, sure, but
they
like
don't. They rarely do,
most
and
of our
when they do, they
possession
score.
are in our half. Like so,
Yeah,
it's a pointless stat. Like they gotta, yeah. Like what's put like with Saudi we had possession, but we like were
attack
attacking.
fast.
It seems like Napoli with Gattuso is like just kind of like slow, hold the ball. Like it's more to like make sure you don't concede than it is to like go out and score goals, like the possession. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Which is weird because they don't play in a defensive system.
no,
No,
It really doesn't. It doesn't really make sense to play like that if you're playing slow and possession and dropping back. They're not playing much of a defensive system because not playing on the attack. They like to play quick, quick ball movement off a counter, mind you,
hmm
not in the final in their half because when they're in their half, we can all agree they just stand there
yeah.
and they just
At
pass the ball
times,
back and forth.
I think Ospina will have more touches than like Mertens or something.
Yeah,
Like it's just
exactly.
crazy. But
So
I
yeah,
think Napoli have to like I think under with Osimhen coming in now, I think you'll see like a different Napoli side. Maybe like it's the Napoli side you saw like under Sarri when Mertens first took over that striker role. When like the big three were Insigne, Calcio, and Mertens. I think you can see something like that if Napoli can switch to the 4-2-3-1,
you're
like
gonna see.
under
You know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see how Napoli was with a Higuain or with a Cavani. That's what
yeah.
Napoli's been missing. As much as Mertens had that great year, and they made like a good like that triple threat on the of an attack line with Calcio, Mertens, and Insigne. Napoli hasn't had a guy like the guy. Like we don't have that killer.
Yeah.
Mertens was the killer for a little bit, but that's not his role. That's not his natural role. Like Napoli never really replaced like Higuain. Like Cavani was replaced by Higuain.
hmm
Higuain was replaced by Milik, but not really. Like like Napoli hasn't
Maybe
had that
like start off like he
player.
could have, but then the ACL killed him.
I
His
know.
first injury killed
But
him.
look, like Napoli's had a complete team, really and truly. Like if you look back at when we had Higuain and when we had like Cavani, like we had only attack. Like we didn't have
A midfield, a
like
defense.
a whole team like how we have now. Like
hmm
now, I feel like adding that piece up front, like you're gonna see, like Napoli's gonna be a real threat next year, in my opinion.
I
Because,
think so too.
but obviously, depending on whether Osimhen pans out to be like the striker that we think that he's gonna be, so we gotta be hopeful for that. But anything can happen in football. Obviously, we thought that Lozano was gonna be the guy this year too, and hasn't panned out as of yet.
He might get sold in the summer, so who knows with the
I
future with
don't
him.
I don't know. I saw that report. I don't believe so unless like because De Laurentiis is not going to sell a player that's lost value. I don't think so. I don't think that he would go and sell Lozano.
Especially because he's highly invested in him. So I don't think he'll give up on him after 1 year. I think after this year, if he doesn't pan out,
Like no one's gonna buy him for 45 million. That like we bought him for, like right now, anyways. But say if next year he performs well, and you either keep him or you can maybe sell him a little bit. But honestly, I think Lozano's going to be a good player if
Yeah,
Napoli keeps him. It's just he has to. It's a tough season to evaluate. I think you give him another year because with the whole stop and then Ancelotti's system and playing him out of position and then the whole mutiny and then just this whole year was a wash. It was
it was
you can
bad
only
for
imagine how
him.
difficult it would be to adapt to a new country, new team, and then all of this like uh, you know background stuff going on. So if I would give not I would give Lozano another season, but obviously I
Yeah, for me, I don't believe all these news now. Like he might get sold. Look at the news that came out today that Arsenal asked Napoli permission to go get Gabriel. Napoli said no, and they offered Papadopoulos, whatever his name is.
it's bullshit.
I don't know if you guys saw it. Like I kind of got into it with like an Arsenal fan, and then he was really nice about it. He was really nice about it. But then another guy replied, "Oh, I'm gonna come back to this tweet when Arsenal signed Gabriel and you guys get Papadopoulos, whatever his name is. I think it's Papadopoulos.
That was
Socrates Papadopoulos, I think." And I was just laughing. I go, "Who said it?" And I saw it was Perdula. I go, "Okay, yeah, I don't believe it." This guy said Cavani and James were on the boat with De Laurentiis trying to sign a contract, but they were even close to Napoli last year. I don't believe. Like someone said best, don't believe anything until De Laurentiis tweets it out saying, "Welcome
They
to Napoli."
especially Italian journalists like they they try to like it's almost like they're like just swinging with their eyes closed, like trying to like hit it,
They're like,
like hit the ball out of the park,
yeah,
like be ahead of everyone. Like they'll just make up a rumor and maybe it might happen. Like obviously Napoli's looking for a defender. Arsenal's trying to get the same defender, so they could just make up a rumor just based off of that and say, "Oh yeah,
yeah.
this and that." But it might not.
Like they
It might
take the
be something.
smallest things and they make it big.
Yeah, no, I don't think Napoli and I don't think Arsenal would go to Napoli and ask like, oh yeah, like step aside, like we'll give you this player. I
Yeah,
just don't see that.
especially
not
like,
at all.
And we don't have
have
the
ex.
best relationship with Arsenal, like in terms of like,
Oh,
Not a chance in hell.
yeah, no, there's no way. And Arsenal fans really, they're a lot of them are really they really annoy me
Oh
on
man,
Twitter.
yeah.
we're okay. Like we live in their head rent free, man. Every year it's the same story.
Well,
They
I
lift
swear they
up
don't have
the
no
we beat
scouts.
Napoli to the signing of a player trophy,
But I
and then
love
look
how
at
they
where they are now.
celebrate that. They celebrate it as if it's like a trophy.
Yeah, they celebrated like they
Wow,
won the
Because that's
fucking
the only
prem.
thing that they win. That's the only thing they can win.
wow,
Can't
we're
win
such.
anything else.
Literally, I see them tweet, "Oh, we're such a big club because we bully Napoli and their signings." I'm like, that makes you a big club. Win
Hey,
a
hey,
fucking trophy.
real quick, real
Like,
quick,
come on.
real quick. Who here thinks about Arsenal? I
I
don't.
never think about Arsenal. I only
Never.
Honestly,
think about them when I'm trying to
you,
find Napoli news and I see 20,000 tweets from Arsenal fans tweeting about Napoli and like taking like our targets.
I
Like,
just want. I just laugh because they fake like, oh, Napoli, yeah. They took who did they take from us? Torella. Okay, maybe that's the only good one that they signed. Turney and Pepe, they didn't have it. They both didn't pan out. Pepe is a
Nicholas
flop.
Pepe,
He
they're
flopped.
conducting an
An
internal
investigation.
investigation on if they overpaid for him. Ma
Kevin,
cazzo you paid for him now,
Kev,
shut, like, don't talk about us. Focus on your team. Like, focus.
literally.
What's that guy's name? Kevin Turney, whatever his name is, the left back.
Yeah,
He's
Tierney.
been injured half the year. I didn't even know who he was until Arsenal signed him. I didn't know Napoli were linked with him.
No, we should be happy. We should be happy that
They do take it.
they save us from these transfers. Honestly, really and truly, we should like thank these Arsenal fans and thank Arsenal as a team. And we should be sending them a basket.
No, but
Thank you so much
like
for saving us
seriously,
from us.
it gets ridiculous sometimes. Like I'm just scrolling through Twitter and I
Bro,
see
it's just
all
annoying.
these Arsenal fans just tweeting at Zuri fan Phil, Rafa,
Me.
you.
Yeah, it's just,
Like I'm just seeing these guys tweet at them, and I'm like, I really couldn't care less about your team. Why do you care so much about ours? You do your business, we'll do ours.
the best is when they like
I don't
like
think I've ever beefed another team like over like a transfer target.
Never.
Like say if like Napoli's going for someone and then like he ends up signing with Real Madrid. You think I'm gonna beef Real Madrid? Like, oh, Real Madrid fucking stole like this player. Oh, that player wanted to go to Real Madrid or
who
they paid
cares?
Period.
Whoever gets him gets him. Who cares?
We're linked with
And,
so
and
many players that the same team is linked with every year, and sometimes we sign them, sometimes they sign them, and it's never like it's never like a like a thing like between fan bases. It's
yeah,
whatever. It seems like Arsenal fans don't really have that much to celebrate, and they want to celebrate the
this
little
Yeah,
the little
celebrate the
things.
little things.
and the funny thing is they talk like, oh, it's like they won like a trophy. If Napoli had more money or were willing to use the money that Arsenal gets every year because of the Premier League rights and like every cup they have, Napoli would have had half their signings.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
it's just because Arsenal they have like the probably best best rights for the Premier League. They get more money I think than second place in Serie A for finishing like eighth. They don't even make Europa League and they get more money than us because of the FA Cup, this, that. Like, don't they like? I don't know if Arsenal fans realize that their league is well sponsored by a lot of companies and a lot. Like, I think a billion people watch the Premier League a year. You
Yeah,
think a billion people watch Serie A year? We'll be lucky to get like 600 million or something. Like
yeah.
Yeah,
it's.
That
definitely.
that's
I just
all
think
it
it's
is.
stupid. I just think it's stupid. How.
But I hate like searching up Napoli, and then I gotta see all of these Arsenal fans like, oh, like
Yep.
if Gabriel goes to Napoli, he has no admission. It's like what? Like what has your team done? Like
No,
finished what?
the best is when if Gabriel comes to Napoli. Oh yeah, but you guys lost Koulibaly. Oh, he's gonna flop. But if he goes to Arsenal, oh my God, he's the next Maldini. He's the next this. He's the next that.
And
It's
that's
like shut up.
the kicker right now. It's either we get Gabriel or we keep Koulibaly. So either way,
It's a
you think
win-win.
we're gonna bat an eye? Like I'm gonna give a shit. Like it's either you get a great young prospect of a defender, or you keep one of the best defenders in the world.
You,
So it's like a win-win in my eyes. No, like
Yeah,
yeah, you know what? You know what I think too. You know what's gonna make me laugh? If Koulibaly goes to City, we get Gabriel and we get Papadopoulos just to shove it to Arsenal right there.
that'd be pretty funny. Honestly, I don't
Actually,
even
you know
care.
what? You know
I
what
don't get.
though? I'd rather keep Maximovic than Papadopoulos. So, to be fair.
Maximovic is a solid defender, man. I
I
really
would
like.
sell Maximovic and buy Gabriel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Why?
too.
Why do we have to? Why do we have to sell Koulibaly? Like, why can't we just sell Maximovic? You're telling me some
Swap
team
deal.
wouldn't pay 5 million euros?
You think Leo would do a swap deal? Say you do Maximovic plus like maybe 15 million for Gabriel,
Maybe
because that would kind of equal his value. Because I think Maximovic might go for like 15 and
that could be
Gabriel's
a
25.
possibility. I don't see
Maybe.
why not. But the thing is, like, we have one of the best books in Europe. Our finances are phenomenal. We don't have any
Hmm.
debts. We made so much money this year that I can't even count it. I
We
have a
made more
tweet.
money than Atalanta in
We
Uh,
Champions
made,
League.
and then even off the Mercato, even though we just made our most expensive signing, even though uh, we broke the record, and even last year we made a 50 million euro signing,
yeah,
we
exactly.
still made money this Mercato.
We got we hosed Parma for who? Sepe,
Inglese and
Inglese,
Galassi.
and yeah, and Grassi.
That
And
was like
we
what
got
It's like 32 million.
35 million.
32 million. And we got 24 million from Torino for Verdi.
Yeah, so right there, that's already what I say 32, 24, 56.
Plus, Unas might go for maybe 8 to 10.
Okay,
Unas might go for 8 to 10. Maybe Unas 10 to 15. I was
We
reading.
might use Unas in the Boga deal if that happens. I
fair
Okay,
was
enough.
seeing
actually, I'd take that in a
25,
heartbeat.
Alan
25 in Unas.
Alan for 35 is another.
Yeah.
Maybe 35,
I
right?
was seeing that
Maybe.
Atletico wanted to pay 40, but he doesn't want to go to Atletico.
But didn't they include Herrera in that deal too?
I
Yeah,
went.
That's not bad.
that's our best deal, like right
That's
there. Like
not bad at all.
it's an amazing deal. It's just I don't think Alan wants to go, but maybe Atletico could convince him. Simeone could convince him.
I think
Well,
the problem with
He wants to
Alan,
go to.
he wants to just because of Ancelotti. That's why I
yeah,
think it's Ancelotti.
But,
That's
but,
like a
but
big
I
factor.
understand. He wants to go with Ancelotti, but didn't all these guys do a mutiny like against Ancelotti? Like,
yes,
why?
they did.
How does that make
Yeah.
any doesn't make any sense? There was
Uh,
all of this mutiny, but yet Alan apparently wants to go to Everton, even though he was one of the guys who started the mutiny. and Lozano wants to go to Everton as well, even though Ancelotti
Like
and his
benched
system
them, like killed them.
his growth with Napoli because he played him out of
Yeah.
position
Yeah.
and then he parked him pretty much. So
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
With Alan, maybe it's because he can fit in the Everton system and he thinks he can get playing time out in the Prem. Maybe that's why he wants to go. I really
But
couldn't tell you. Like,
maybe
it doesn't
maybe
make
it's
sense.
because there's like I think he wants to be close to like I know it's kind of gonna sound stupid, but Everton do have a lot of Brazilians, and there's also a lot of Brazilians who play in the Prem.
Okay.
So I think maybe he wants to be closer to like his Brazilian teammates than there is in La Liga. Like I'm just assuming because Everton there's Richarlison who's Brazilian and Bernard who's Brazilian.
Yeah, I guess
So
like it could be a possibility too. I honestly I couldn't tell you, but wherever he goes, some pay for
we're
him and
getting money. We're
take
getting
yeah,
for money.
we'll
Yeah.
take it. We'll take whatever, right? Plus Milik was another transfer.
Yep.
What do you say? Maybe 40
I heard
top?
40 million. There's one that Juve might pay 40 million for him. I think 25 or 30 plus a player. But then Roma said 20. I think 20 or 25 plus under for Milik. But
No,
I don't think Milik said no. He doesn't want to go to Roma. He wants to go to Juve.
good. I don't want Under either. I'd much rather get the money out of him
I'd
and then
much
spend
rather
elsewhere.
play Lozano and Politano than
Exactly.
or
I'd
on
I'd
on site.
much rather sell Milik and buy Boga. That's
Yeah.
that's the ideal.
Yeah, that's
The
it. You can
the
have Lozano
only
for the left side and then Boga for the right side. Like
Exactly.
Lozano, Insigne one side, Politano, Boga other side.
or even like I saw like the only player I would take, say if Napoli, but I think Napoli want full cash. You don't want no player. Would probably be Pellegrini because we do need a left back.
I
Yeah.
want Reguilon.
Pardon? Right back?
Yeah,
Regulon.
the left back from Real Madrid.
Yeah, Regulon. I think the word is this is again this is all Italian media speculations. That Napoli are willing to do a full deal, but they want to do a loan and then after the loan dish out the 25 million.
Loan with obligation
Honestly,
to buy.
just buy
Just
him.
pay.
I
Yeah.
know Napoli does this because they try not to spend all of their money in the summer and they try to like prolong it as they make. I
But
guess like just to balance the
yeah,
book, so to speak. But that type of player, like you don't want to have a loan spell and then make him like
Madrid buy him back or something. Like
yeah,
something
like
happens.
well, he seems like he's gonna be really good. Like he's playing really well for Sevilla. He's young. You need a left back. You need some competition on that left side for Mario Rui. Um, then it's for me it's a no brainer. Just buy him. Like it's 20
Yeah.
million. Like
Well, that's nothing. 20 million for Napoli is like I know it's not like it's a little bit of money, but we got Laboca for 20 million. We got like Ruiz, I think, for 25, 30 million. Like, you
Napoli's
need guys like that. Like, you need guys like Regulon who you know that could be a star in the future, could be a fixture for us.
that's
And,
it. You got to turn over the cycle now. Like we have to start a
and
new.
yeah, it's not like, oh, they want 40, 35, 40 million. 25 million, De Laurentiis usually spends that on players that are shit. Fucking Pavalotti went for like 28 million or 30 million. You can't spend 25 on a left back who we dearly need.
We have the money. We
Yeah,
have
that's
the
what I'm
funds
saying.
to buy
And
him.
that's a great price.
Like
Hmm.
literally, all I gotta say is Papo Gachesord. Like we just pay the 25. It's not a
Exactly.
problem.
He tries to get a deal. He's like it's like he's like shopping at the flea
Yeah,
market.
it's like
Yeah,
penny pinching for no reason.
If a team wants 50 million euros for a player, he'll go in with like 30
35.
bonuses, but on a loan.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
come on, dude.
Danny and I were talking one day, and like Danny said it the best. He said Napoli likes to buy the diamonds in the rough. He
Oh
likes
yeah,
to buy
Yeah.
low and sell high, make them as much money as possible.
you
His
want
previous
them to
business,
go up
right?
in value.
He wants to make as much profit as possible because it goes back to him, right?
Well, he
Hmm.
has been. Look, Napoli's got no debt. Like the team's value for what we've spent, even this last cycle of players, is amazing. Even this summer, we don't even have to sell our big players. We could sell X, X, and Y, like smaller players
Yeah.
that we bought years ago, but they've went up in value and still make money. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Tell the
Plus,
guys that don't want to be here. That's it. I think that's
Exactly.
what Napoli will do, or sell the guys that don't want to be here and you don't see in part of your future.
Some of the guys who don't play, like
Yeah,
Unas has
On
been
top of
unknown. You
that,
can
right?
sell him if he's not in your plans. He's gonna get a pretty
you.
penny. He's actually a pretty decent player. Younes is a good player. Hasn't fit in for whatever reason. You probably will make a profit on him.
Yeah,
Uh, who else? Whoever
Gulam
doesn't want to
probably.
be
Gulam,
here,
yeah.
whoever doesn't want to be here, you sell. Like you don't want players that don't want to play for your team.
Plus,
Yeah.
on top of that, what we're doing is we're signing depth players too. Like
Yeah.
we're signing. Not only are we signing depth players, we're signing promising depth players. That's a dangerous combination. Having a
Oh,
starting lineup and then having depth players that are going to be just as good or already are just as good as a starting lineup.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
basically, fielding two teams doesn't matter what. You can field two teams, one maybe just as good as the other.
And that's why I
That's
don't mind, like, say if Napoli, like, say they sign Regulon, but then they have that young left back from Poland who apparently is our plan B because he's 19 years old. There's so much you can do with him.
yeah. That's Oh my God, what's his name?
Car- uh, Carbonik or something.
Yeah,
Carbonik or
yeah,
something.
something like that. I have it marked down here. Let me find that.
All I know is one thing I know about him, which I love to hear. The guy can play left back, midfield, and he's got the passing ability as like a midfielder, as a left back. So that's good. That's really
Maybe
good to hear.
are we gonna try to sign that the guy from Atalanta, the right back?
Hatabar,
Hatabora,
yeah, that's what I saw too. I was
bad
very
sign.
intrigued. I think that's a bad signing in my opinion.
Really?
I think so because he's a starter, right? And there's no way you're gonna play him left back. There's no way because it's gonna be like a 6ixside situation when he plays left back. He's gonna be off balance. He's not gonna be the same as, and
I
he's not
thought they
gonna be
were
as
signing him as a right back, and then you would get rid of Hisai, but you also Napoli has Malquit too.
yeah.
So like Napoli's got they're just gonna they haven't really sold anyone yet. So I'm kind of like interested to see like when this fire sale is gonna start because we have surplus in a lot of areas, and if we're trying to sign these players, we're trying to sign, then like you know that the outbound has to start happening, but I'm interested to see when the
I
sales happening.
I saw Napoli too say they could potentially put Malqui in the Boga deal, just to add a little bit more value. Maybe do 2 for 1. Say maybe 25 plus Unas and Malqui for Boga, and then
Okay.
say if they sell Husai to Torino, I saw that they could go after Farioni from Verona, which
That's
I wouldn't be mad getting because in my opinion, I know like he's one of the most underrated right backs in Italy, and he's been having a really good season for Verona as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like all these potential signings that we're talking about, and like just the way that we are fantasizing this mercato to go, it's like a win-win no matter which way you cut it for us.
Yeah,
It really is like
the
which
only
either
loss
we
one
sign
might like suffers from Koulibaly if we sell
if we
Koulibaly.
yeah if we sell Koulibaly, but nobody's gonna pay the 80-90 million. I think he's worth that much, maybe even a little bit more. But I'm gonna be conservative and say at least 85,
Hmm.
right? I think he's worth that much. Hell, if Harry Maguire is worth 80 million pounds, and we all saw what he did yesterday on that masterclass defending, then Koulibaly's at least 85,
Exactly,
at
I
least.
agree.
I
But
feel like a lot of people are forgetting that Napoli's also signed Rahmani,
Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
who I think is going to be a good center back as well.
and you know what too? He could play left back.
Very well.
Oh, he can.
Yeah, usually he defends on the left side of the back three, but at times he can look at it like a left back.
That's okay. That's already another option. Everything that we're mentioning right now, it seems like a win-win. Doesn't matter
Hmm.
what we do. It's like we're gonna come out a stronger team at the end of it, and that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think this summer could be one to like look out for because it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna come in and who's gonna go. You never know because there's a lot of speculations too that Napoli could sell one of their goalies as well. So there's a lot to like look for into this summer
It's
transfer.
gonna be an interesting summer. That being said, what are realistic expectations for this team? Say if it does pan out that we do get the targets that we
Hmm.
want, what would you be happy with at the end of next season? Like, what's your realistic
Uh,
expectation?
so the way I think that summer could go, I think as a Napoli fan, I especially because Juve they're gonna be a new team. I think next year it's Scudetto or maybe a top two finish for us. I'll be happy with a top two, maybe top three finish, depending like like say if the season doesn't go our way. I think a top three finish could be in the sights for Napoli. I think even next year too, the Europa League, I think we can potentially make the semifinals or finals, and I think we'll win both the domestic Italy double with the Coppa Italia and Super Cup. That's just I think so. I think this year coming up could be a special one if everything pans out the way uh it could for Napoli.
Yeah.
Fair.
There's so many variables that you have to take into account. New players coming in, learning Reno's system in a very short period of time. People are going to be adapting. Like Osimhen, for example, is going to have to adapt to the Italian way of playing and Serie A style of Calcio. Um, but like, if everyone puts their head down and we make the right signings, we get to work and hit the ground running off the start and not be like how we were this past season where we looked lackluster and very underwhelming. I think I don't want to say Scudetto. I don't want to put that hope for myself out there. Top top three for sure. But I think if we make if we win at least one trophy next year, no matter what it is, that being Scudetto, Coppa Italia, or Europa League, I think we'd have a very successful season, and that's going to set us up for future seasons to come.
Yep, I agree. I think next year we one trophy. I think I'll be happy with.
Yeah,
I definitely will be happy with one trophy.
that's all. Like, even if it's okay, I'm not going to say Super Coppa, but if it's
No,
Coppa Italia, I'll take 100%. If it's Scudetto, I'm flying to Italy and partying with them.
if
I've
it's
marked it down
honest
for
to
right
God,
here.
if we
We'll
win the
make a
Europa
trip.
League, if we win the Europa League, I'll be in Napoli celebrating.
Let's mark this down right now, and whoever's listening, if you made it this far, if you're listening right now, and you're supporting, if you're a supporter of Napoli Club Toronto, even if you aren't, if Napoli are on the verge of winning a Scudetto, we will organize a pilgrimage to the city.
100%.
Having said, it's written in stone now.
It's in stone. I am going to say my predictions here, or what I think. Um, I am thinking that Napoli is going to compete for the Scudetto. Doesn't whether they win it or not, I don't know. I am as an expectation. I'm hoping for a top four finish, so Champions League finish. Um, I think that Napoli is going to win two trophies next year, in my opinion. I don't know why, but I think that next season we're going to win more than one trophy. I think we're going to win the Super Copa, and then one of the three other competitions that we're going to be in,
Mhm.
we'll win one of those competitions. Obviously, um, I don't want to say Scudetto or bust, but a Scudetto would be nice. But because I do see that uh, Juve are going to be in kind of like a transitioning state with Pirlo. But that being said, Inter looks legit, and Inter might, and then you got Milan, building good, and Atalanta building good. So it's going to be very competitive. So a top four finish would be good. Um, the Europa League is winnable, to be honest. Like
I mean, look at Inter today.
Yeah,
I think I would try in the Europa League. Like I feel like Napoli's been in it so many times that they could have maybe won it. It's just they never really tried to win it. So maybe it would be nice to try for a European trophy. But that being said, we do have a lot of new signings, and sometimes it takes time for new signings and to mesh well with each other. So top four uh, in the Serie A. retaining the Coppa Italia, making it to at least the semifinals of the Europa League, and winning the Super Cup, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I, something along those lines would
So
make me
that's
happy.
two trophies there.
But you know,
Two realistic trophies.
like I said, like there's so many variables that have to be taken into account. It's kind of hard. It's hard to predict, and especially like if we're going with the season, right? If we're looking at just Serie A alone, we have Juve, who, for reasons unknown, signed Pirlo to be their first team manager, who does not even have a license yet.
I know why.
Why?
Because they it's the cheapest option.
Yeah,
Hmm.
They are literally they cannot afford to sign um, a more qualified option, especially an option that they uh, is not part of their vision. Like they don't really have like any a coach on the market that fits their vision for the team. So I feel like Pirlo is almost like a, see what he could do, see if maybe it would be like a Zidane kind of thing. But Zidane coached before he coached Real Madrid, so
yeah.
Yeah, he was coaching their youth team, so he knew a lot of like the
so
youth players coming in, like
exactly.
Hakimi.
I think that I don't know.
I think it's gonna bite
I
them
think
in
it
the
was
ass.
just because Pirlo was the cheaper option. Like they could have probably got Pochettino, but Pochettino you would have to pay him what 10 million euros a season,
I think they
and
offer. I think this is just a
so
rumor. 17 million. Juve offered.
Oh,
I doubt it. I don't think Juve's like Juve's hard for cash right now. It seems like with the Ronaldo
Yeah,
having to pay Ronaldo and everything like that, and then the COVID thing, like they're they're pretty stretched right now. So
they're
that's why I think that next season Serie A, like if I'm Napoli, like you
go
got to
all
make
in.
these signs.
yeah.
You got to try, and you'll know by the first few months if Napoli's still in it, still in the hunt. Like because the beginning of the season is going to be maybe where our toughest patch will be because you're integrating a lot of new players into the squad.
Hmm.
If they're still in it, like by like the winter transfer market, like just you got to go Scudetto or bust, man. Screw everything else, in my
Yeah,
opinion, anyways. Um, but yeah,
it- it'd be nice to win the Europa League though. Like I know, like a lot of people, it's not as big as it once was, but I think anytime you could win a Europa League, I don't know. It's just my opinion. I think it's especially for Napoli, it's kind of like winning like a Champions League or something. Like, because it might not happen all the time. Say if we
it's
even get
a
to the
European
finals,
trophy, man. It's still a European trophy,
yeah,
and
we
then
get into Champions League
you
and
get to
get money from.
Super Cup, and you get into the Champions League, and you get prize money. Like winning these competitions is money. Like so,
Yeah,
going far in these competitions is money. Like Napoli made 60 million euros off of just the Champions
Oh
League
my
this year,
God, I forgot about that. We even have six
yeah.
million euros from Champions League.
just
I,
for
f-
making it into the round of 16.
I think I don't know if okay I don't know if this is true, but one person said on Twitter that Napoli I think made more money than Atalanta in Champions League.
They must
But
have.
we're playing in our stadium too.
Yeah,
And then also, Atalanta lost 3 games in the group stage. So you also
we
make money based off of your like if you tie, if you win in the group
yeah
stage. Like
Napoli haven't I don't think they haven't lost in Champions League since besides Barca they only lost 2 games in the last 2 Champions Leagues. Napoli.
Unreal.
Napoli's been doing very. Napoli's like has the longest active like consecutive seasons in Europe, like amongst every single Italian team. So Napoli's been making like you make money off these competitions, being part of them, winning games.
Yeah,
Um,
Mhm.
then your coefficient ranking, but coefficients I don't know how much they're worth, but you get prize money for per wins in UEFA competitions. So
Well,
yeah, Napoli made quite a bit of money in the Champions League. Obviously, you make less money in the Europa League, but you still make money qualifying for Europa League. You make money winning Europa League games. So
but even if
yeah.
you win Europa League, man, like look at Inter. Inter, if they, I feel like they are gonna win. Let's just put that out there.
I think
I
I
don't know.
think Sevilla has what it takes.
Strong in the Europa League. Like,
I
that's like their
know, but I don't know. I just, anyways, regardless, I have a feeling that if Inter wins, it's a very successful season for them. And Europa League is not a competition that should just be disregarded because it's a lesser Champions League. It's still a European title.
oh
Yeah,
You're still
for
you're
sure,
still a
dude.
champion of Europe. There's only
I look.
two teams in Europe that won, and you're one of them. Like
Yeah, and then you get to play the European Super Cup. That's another trophy.
Yeah,
exactly.
and you get it's a easy ticket. Okay, not an easy ticket, but it's an easier ticket into Champions League, say, than worrying about finishing fourth.
Yeah.
Like going back to like Serrano's point, if Napoli are not close to the Scudetto, in my opinion, I think just and they're still in Europa League, go all in for Europa League. Gotta focus, like you bring home where the most money is coming from.
I would love to see a different trophy other than
A couple.
the Coppa Italia and the Super Coppa Italia. I want to see a Europa League. I want to see a Scudetto. I
Yeah,
want
that's
This,
what I think.
this is a dilemma for me because I don't know what I'd rather see more: a Scudetto or a Europa League.
Scudetto, 100%.
I
I think so.
I'm leaning towards Scudetto too because I want to see that at least once in my lifetime.
100%
I'm
Scudetto.
leaning towards that too because like we can.
I wonder what pays more money.
I think Scudetto. I can search it up
Uh,
right now. Actually, hold on.
I can say Scudetto. I think Scudetto, but barely.
All right, so prize money, prize money. Juventus made. Where is it?
I think they made 100 mil, maybe.
It is, yeah, 100 million. You're right.
Yeah,
The Scudetto?
Yeah,
yeah,
we made
The,
3.
the Coppa Italia is like what, 20 million, 25 million?
yeah. 25 million. I think it's a little more now because Coca-Cola sponsors it.
Napoli made money off of winning the Coppa Italia too. So
I think Coppa Italia this year was 30 or 35. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure this year was a little bit more because of the sponsor.
De Laurentiis talking about, oh, like we don't have money because we didn't make the Champions League. Sorry, sir. Like you made 60 million off Champions League. You made this much money off of Coppa Italia plus whatever else you make money off of, and then players we're gonna sell. Like you can spend money. Like and we have no debt. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can spend. Like come on,
Europa League. Europa League.
spend. Well, I would love to see just him say fuck it and just like go all
Yeah.
in
Oh my God,
Yeah,
and
you make more
win the
money winning
Scudetto.
Scudetto. By the way,
yeah,
Europa
right?
is only 13 million pounds.
No way.
How much?
13 million pounds prize money total.
Or
Europa
13?
£1 million. Yes,
That's it.
that's what I'm seeing here. But let me find.
But also like every round that you win, you win money
Yeah,
too.
let me find another source just to verify that. But I saw.
There's
So
no way 13 million. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure Europe, because Champions League's. I think maybe Champions League could be less.
All right. So winners,
Okay.
just the finals, 8 million, 8.5 million euros.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
Semifinals,
for every win that you do, it's more
I
like
know, but
okay. So the competition winners are 8.5 million euros. And group stage participation, you get 3 million euros, and each win in the group stage gets you half of a million euros. So
yeah,
throughout the competition, you probably would make like say if you win all like what? How many group stage games you play? Like six?
yeah,
Yeah.
three,
Or
So
no? Well, how many? How many? Uh,
yeah, so it's
three.
six because it's 64 teams.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So say six, that's 3 million euros right there. If you win
Okay.
all games, then well, let's see.
Because then there's the round of 32.
And if you win the group, it's €1 million.
So you can, yeah, there's money to
Okay,
be
but
made.
that's not far off from the 13 million pounds. It's about the same,
Yeah,
the total. So yeah, 13 million pounds. Which let me do the conversion right now.
That's
that's
enough.
crazy.
Well, I mean, you also make money off of your stadium having fans
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah,
I think you know what though. I think you make less because there's a lot more teams.
it's about
Because
14 million euros.
there's 64 teams in the Europa League, so I think that's why it's a little less than say
And
Champions
Champions
League.
League,
Plus, Champions League's well sponsored by like all these other like brands and stuff.
yeah, and Champions League, it brings in more revenue too.
Let's be
I'm
real. If
kind
there
of
wasn't a
curious.
pandemic, like if there wasn't a pandemic, I think I would like who would really watch the Europa League finals besides the fans? of like their teams.
True.
I mean, I would.
I
I,
watch it
I always
anyways.
watch it because it's always like a week before Champions League and it gets me like hyped for the finals. But I wouldn't go out like say if it wasn't on TV, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it.
I mean, I watch it anyways. So that's because I just like soccer. So
Yeah,
that's just me though.
but
But
I'll
like,
watch it this year because there's an Italian team in it.
yeah, I don't know. But like compared to Champions League, you win 80 million in the
Yeah,
Champions League. That's a big difference. But that's because of sponsor money and all that too. But regardless of the money, just winning a European title
gets you
to
like
me is a marker of a successful season. That's what I'm saying.
mm,
Like if Inter wins this title, I can't say anything bad about them because first of all, they did well in the champion in the campeonato. They only lost by 1 point. I can
yeah.
relate. I can relate. Um,
Hmm.
and plus they're on the verge of being a European winner. So
For the first time.
for the first time in 10 years, 10 years,
Yeah, yeah, since
11,
2010.
yeah,
Was it 2010 or 20? It
2010,
was that
20,
year. Yeah,
20
That was crazy. That was a crazy
yeah,
final.
when they won the treble, 2010.
yeah. Mourinho.
Yeah, so
They beat Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, man. That was that's no small feat in Barca, like
Yeah,
in Barcelona, like.
yeah, well, Barcelona ever since then has not had a great track record, especially in that last match versus Bayern.
I mean, they won 2015. Was that the only time that they won
I
after?
think so,
yeah. 2015 against Juve.
but like they blew a 3 goal lead against Roma. They blew another one against Liverpool. They got absolutely thrashed,
Yes,
thrashed. And when I was watching that Bayern game, I could not believe what I was witnessing. That Bayern Munich team is gonna win the next 5 Champions Leagues. That they are just so good. They're just so good, and they don't even have Leroy Sané yet.
and the scary part is when I saw it was 3-1, I go, "What the hell is this? The Napoli versus Barca game?"
They are unbelievable, and I'm so glad we didn't make it through.
What? Okay, I have a question. What would be the score if it was Napoli Bayern?
You know,
Honestly, I'll say it right now.
I think it would have been closer.
I think it would have been like it would have been like 6-1, 5-1.
No,
Yeah,
you know what? Like, call me crazy. I think Napoli would have hung in there.
I don't know, man.
We would have lost. I don't think we would have lost 8-2. I think we would have
No,
done. I think we would have been
you know
defensive.
what? I think you know what? Call me crazy. I think we would have lost maybe like 4-2. Just
No, I don't know, man.
I think we would have lost like 4-2 or something.
I don't
Just
know.
because, and I said like this is like I'm not throwing shots at Barca because they got good players all around. They got it's just they're in a fucked up situation right now between Etienne or Setien, their owner, whatever. It's just everyone's fighting each other in the locker room's presence. It's like the way Napoli were before we sacked Ancelotti. That's where Barcelona were in.
Yeah,
And I think Messi, I don't care what anyone says, he's the best player in the world for a reason because he could take over a game like this. And if you shut down Messi, which Alfonso Davies did, shout out to him, that guy's an incredible left back as well,
best
pocketed
left
him.
back in the world.
Best left back in the world right now.
Best left
Yeah,
back in the world. No,
I
no.
think you shut down Messi, you shut down the core of their team. It's like Iron Man when you take out that light in the middle. He's just useless.
Proton reactor. Yeah,
It's like it's like superheroes without their powers. That's what Messi is. And I think if Napoli, the way Napoli play, I think they're better if Gattuso would have had them ready for this game. And the defense would have been a lot better than Barcelona was. And Barcelona looked like like they were just out to lunch playing FIFA on easy. That's what Bayern Munich looked like. And
I feel like we would have had a better structure. Like we would have been
yeah,
structured,
structure
prepared.
better.
For
And
the game.
we would have took advantage. In my opinion, I don't think Bayern Munich's defense is actually that good. With their center backs, I'm saying their right back, Kimmich is a good right back. Davies is probably the best in the world, maybe him and Robinson up there. And I just don't like their center backs. I don't like Boateng and I don't like Alba. and I think Napoli could have took advantage at those on those center backs, and I think they would have hung in there. They would have uh, played defensively better. They would probably counter attack, which if you can counter properly, like Lyon showed against City, you can score on anyone. So I think Napoli would have played that type of style because of the attack and the class of Bayern, how they have class players at every position. And I think it would have been a closer game, maybe like a 4-2 Bayern win, maybe 3-2, 3-1. I don't think
Either
we
way,
would have got blown out.
we would have lost, but we probably. I don't think we would have lost to that. I don't think we would have had that score line.
See,
No,
what I'm thinking of is like you still have to mark Muller and Lewandowski. That's not an easy task.
no.
Like it's probably nah. I wouldn't say just as difficult as marking Messi, but it's up there. It's
I think
difficult.
it's harder to mark Messi than
Yeah, yeah,
to
I
mark
agree.
like Lewandowski and Mueller because Messi's quick too with the ball. Lewandowski, he's just a finisher. He doesn't create plays. That's what Mueller's for.
But that's what
And
I'm saying. Mueller knows how to find space. That he literally calls himself the run doubter, meaning that he the interpreter of space. He knows where to
yeah,
be all the time. He's always in the right place at the right time. You
yeah. I
never
think
catch
the
him.
only problem we would have had was the speed on, like, say, Gnabry, on
Yeah,
Davies. Just the speed of those guys could probably hurt us more than say anything.
I don't know,
Okay,
man.
so who do you guys think is gonna win the Champions League?
I think Bayern.
Bayern.
Not
I got
not because of what they did to Barca. That just put the icing on the cake for me. I just think heading into the Champions League, I always said that Barca. I would have Barca because of Messi and the players that they have. I would always say Barca, Madrid, Bayern, and City were the four favorites for me. And I think since all the favorites, if you do what's it called, elimination, Bayern's the only favorite I have left, and I think they have the best team out of all the four teams uh left. I think they have the best team on paper, and just the way they've been playing, they have like the best team.
yeah.
I think that they're playing the best, and as a team, like they play the best, and it's probably their competition to lose at this point.
Yeah,
But I think the best team, like on paper, in the competition is PSG, and I think PSG is going to win the Champions League. Put that on writing right now. I think PSG is going to win the Champions League.
I think it'll be a Bayern PSG final. I think
It'll be,
Bayern have what it
it'll be the
takes.
final, and I think PSG is going to get it done in the final.
I think I'm with Danny. I think Bayern is gonna win the Champions League because, like I said, they're such a strong team in all positions. And they play
They are.
well together. I
But
I think Leipzig's gonna edge out PSG. It's gonna be a Bayern Leipzig final.
Wow,
oh,
wow,
Yeah,
ooh.
I think Leipzig is gonna come out.
they have an amazing coach, Leipzig.
That's
Like
what I'm
Yeah, they
saying.
got an amazing core. They got like young talent. That's
I don't think so.
incredible.
I think that Neymar is gonna finally get to that final, that Champions League final. I think
Oh
Neymar is
yeah,
gonna.
I think so
I
too.
don't know, man. But that's just me. I like the underdog.
Neymar and Mbappe, I think like they if they get to the Champions League final, they're gonna be the difference makers. I think
The
they'll
only
take it.
reason why I don't want PSG to win, I want them to not win without Cavani. Like if Cavani was there, maybe because I like for me, I love Cavani. I have nothing against him, and I would love to see him lift the Champions League because I know that's one trophy he wants to win. But without him, I don't think PSG are they have like they're not gonna what's it called? I don't think they should win it because of like Cavani. I think if Cavani was there, maybe I would want them to win, but I want Bayern to win because of it's good too. It's good for German soccer as well. They haven't won anything since their last finals, I think in 2011 or 2012, maybe 2013 against Dortmund.
Yeah, I can't remember when that was either.
Listen, PSG is gonna win the Champions League.
I don't know, man.
Tell me
I'm
you're
saying
wrong.
I'm calling Bayern Leipzig. Okay, but how about Europa? Who do you have in Europa now?
I got Sevilla.
Seville.
I have Sevilla.
All right, Sereno.
Sevilla.
All right, why are you guys picking Sevilla?
Yeah, Sevilla, like like they win always the Europa League. That's their
And you
competition.
know,
By the way, my pick is Sevilla too, but I feel like Inter's gonna win. Just putting
I
that
think
out there. But let me hear your thoughts.
yeah, there's no hate. I don't have any hatred towards Inter just against Sevilla. I just think Sevilla has what it takes. And if you look at Inter's road to the finals, there's okay. Who did they play? They played Shakhtar, easy win. Who did they play? Who was their game before? Was it Getafe?
Yeah, good talk.
Okay, it's easier than say what Sevilla had to play. Sevilla had to play Wolves. They had to play Roma. Uh, I can't remember the other team that they played, but they had to play some tough teams. I don't think Inter, besides Leverkusen, Inter hasn't really played a tough team in Europa League, and I think that could come into effect because Inter are used to um, playing against weaker opponents, but now Sevilla is kind of on their level, and I think that Sevilla could cause them trouble. I really like the way Ocampos plays. I think he's going to cause Inter backline havoc. I think the speed of Reguilon and his ability to pass the ball to find open players in the box is going to cause havoc too. And it's going to sound funny, but Benega too. He was for me one of the man of the match against Sevilla, against the team that they just played. Oh my god, I can't remember now. Man United. He was really good because he started dropping back. Like one thing that we want Demi to do, drop back, pick out the his teammates on the wing or in the middle, and just make smart passing. And I think Sevilla, the way that they play, I like the way that they play. They got a really good style, and I think that could cause Inter problems.
Yeah, they're more battle tested than Inter, in my opinion. They win
Yeah,
this competition all the time. Like it's like their competition. So I'm gonna go with the team that's more battle tested. It's nothing. It's nothing personal. It's just
yeah,
Sevilla
Yeah,
is yeah. They, in the Europa League, that's their
I'm, I
competition.
I agree with Serrano. It's like they've been there before. They know what to do, and I think they're just gonna get it done. They're
I think
gonna
it's gonna be
somehow
a
figure
close
it out.
game. I think Inter is gonna give them a game. I
yeah,
think like
Yeah, for
maybe,
sure.
but in the end, I think Sevilla is gonna win.
yeah. Me too. I just like
Oh,
the way their teams play too, like their team structured as well. They got their center backs are good too, with Conde and Diego Carlos. Like their
I think
backline's really good.
then next week we'll be in full mercato mode.
Yeah,
No other competitions going on.
Well,
When does
let's
Serie A
hope
kick off? Serie A kicks off like what, middle of September?
I think
September 19th.
September 19th, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
something
Napoli they
like
have
that.
preseason. Napoli have preseason coming up. I think on the 24th.
You know
Oh,
what?
so
I'm
next week I
surprised
think so.
Yeah,
they're not in Dimato. They're
Carpi, right?
uh
Or
Aren't they in
no,
Pescara.
no,
They're in
they're
Pescara
somewhere.
this year.
They
No,
are
they're
Castel di Sangro, which is
in
uh
Avellino.
no, it's
Oh,
Abruzzo.
Oh, it's
they're
Abruzzo.
Abruzzo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Abruzzo, and they're actually allowing. I'm getting this off of SSC Napoli News on Twitter. They're allowing 1,000 fans to watch their training sessions
yeah.
and preseason matches. So that's kind of
Who knows?
hopeful for the next season. Hopefully, we
Like
get some fans back in the stadium.
who knows
Do
if
you
that's
think we're
gonna
gonna
hold up?
have next season?
Huh?
Do you think we're gonna the stadiums are gonna be open? Maybe like
Not a
quarter
chance.
capacity or whatever.
Not a chance. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It's
No,
because have you seen Italy now?
yeah.
Italy
Cases are coming back up.
they did well for a while, and ever since
Well,
they
now
started
they've been
opening
ignoring
back
it.
up, huh?
Now they've been ignoring it. They've been acting like everything's normal.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
because right now it's Ferragosto, so everyone's going out to the beaches, the nightclubs, so on and so forth, and it's basically creating like a cesspool for this virus to spread again, right? Pretty soon, everything's gonna go back to phase one, and I honestly I wouldn't be surprised if that happens here too.
Here, I think people maybe follow like
well, I
rules a
think
little bit.
more. Yeah, here it's more like more contained.
In
I don't
Italy,
know.
like it's like life like everything's more looser. But then when shit gets real, then they follow the rules. But like
Yeah,
everybody's hugging and kissing, and
listen, there's stupid people everywhere, man. You
Hmm.
can't guarantee that everyone's gonna follow the rules.
but Italians are like more like
They're more
careless.
lax. Yeah, they're more careless. Not
It's not
careless. Carefree
careless.
is probably the best way.
Yeah, what's the word? Lackadaisical, something like that.
Lackadaisical. Is
Yeah,
that the right word to use? Maybe. I don't know, but yeah, it's just the culture of Italy there, especially during, like I said, during this period. It's a very important period because Ferragosto. This is when everyone takes their vacation time, goes out with their family,
Beach
friends, and
goes to the for walks and shit, and
Yeah.
yeah.
uh,
Plus, the
and
Italian,
you know how Italians are. We're very social.
exactly,
We
the
Oh,
love
Italian
we
culture is
love to be
based on
huggy and kiss mwah mwah goodbye hello kiss
yeah,
kiss. So we're like, no wonder we had this outbreak so bad in Italy. Like literally, how we salute each other is by you kiss anybody
mhm,
on the cheek that you just met, like
yeah.
yeah.
the kiss
Like
of death.
not only
So
that, like plus in Italy, everyone lives in close quarters, and
orders, yeah,
most of our culture is based off um, socializing, like
Hmm.
the
yeah,
piazza, the bar, everything. Right? It's all the stadiums, going to the soccer games. It's mostly all of that is based off
yeah.
interacting with other people and socializing. So I think I don't know, man. In
It's
terms of
beautiful,
sports,
and any other time other than a pandemic, it's a very beautiful way to live. But
Yeah.
exactly. But in,
during
in,
the
in terms of
pandemic,
sports,
not
you
great.
can't you can't have stadiums open. I don't know.
I
It's
don't think even like Napoli's preseason, they said there's no fans watching the games. I think they might implement no fans even when like Napoli trains. Maybe a
no.
few, maybe a few. Because if because this is before it got worse. So like it,
If it plateaus again, like by the start of the season, I could see maybe them going with a like say Napoli has the San Paulo fits 45,000. Maybe you have a capacity maximum of 20,000,
no, I
Maybe
think that's
even
still a little
less.
too much.
and then
Maybe even less.
Maybe like 10 to 5. I was thinking.
no, that's too little, man. But like you spread out, people spread out, and then you just put like maybe mandatory mask inside a stadium. You have
I
to
think
wear the
Napoli
mask.
get
Oh
20,000 even on like non-pandemic
Napoli
sometimes.
gets 20,000 against like Brescia, like against like shit
yeah.
teams. Like
Yeah,
I don't
usually
know.
we get like 30, 25, 30
it'll be
That
average.
interesting. It'll
that
be interesting
stadium.
to see what they do.
I think that they're gonna do that because they need some more revenue. Like they're missing money, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
but you make money off of um, television promotion and things like DAZN and stuff like that. Anyway,
True,
so
and then there's more space for advertising in the seats or whatever.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's where they
Well,
make most of their money, anyways. But I'm sure stadium tickets helps too, and I'm gonna like try to buy a jersey like I don't
Yeah.
know.
By the way, when are those coming out?
I, you know
27,
what?
26, 27.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, mark the days between the 24th when they get to maybe around maybe the 26th to 29th. I'd say mark those days down because those could be the days that Napoli's kids get leaked.
I wonder how they're gonna
I'm
look.
surprised they haven't been leaked yet because usually like manufacturers will put up their catalogs like a month before the
Ho-
Hmm.
jersey gets
Hopefully they're
released,
good this year.
right?
Actually, you know what? I like the ones this year, especially like the Champions League one, the all white.
Yeah.
That's a solid jersey. I kind of like that one.
The on the in the Napoli store online, the this year's jersey is they have it on 50% off, which
Oh, they
I
do.
think
Too bad I don't fit in it, so I'm not complaining.
Oh
it's like 44 euros or something.
Yeah,
wow.
You
not
can
gonna
get
bother.
the replica, the official replica ones too, if you just want a shirt. Those
Yeah,
ones are pretty nice. I
I
think they're like 20
See,
something euros.
I regret getting mine so early because I got mine maybe the day that they got announced and they went on the store. I
oh
got
wow.
it and I spent like over 200 like Canadian dollars just for everything, just
I
for
mean,
the jersey and shipping.
that was like
Yeah.
me the morning after they won the Coppa Italia, and they
Oh
dropped
yeah,
the
the
merchandise.
shirts.
I want
Yeah,
to I want to buy a jersey because it's like 50% off, like whatever, like. But I don't know what to buy. I think I was gonna buy the third kit this year.
the green
The
one.
Nice kit.
no, the white one this
Oh, the
time.
white one. Yeah.
That's a really nice kit.
Or just like because I have a blue one already. Like I don't have like really a white Napoli jersey because like I always get jerseys, but
You know
I don't
which
know. I
one you
like
have?
switch up the colors.
The black one that you have is really nice.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
That black one is
Like a
beautiful.
gold.
Yeah,
That
the
the
Champions
that was
League
the one they wore
2016.
at the yeah
Champions
the at
Champions League
the
2016.
in 2017.
I just remember in senior school wearing that jersey. It was so nice.
Oh yeah, against Real Madrid. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a
Like
right.
45 yards out. Wow. Well
I
then,
like to buy things like when they're on sale.
Yeah.
Like the new Napoli jersey. Okay, if it's nice, oh, it's nice. Okay, then next year before they come up with the next one, I'll buy I'll buy the jersey when it's on sale. you know,
uh, I
still buy the
You know
official
what?
stuff.
If it's on,
Supporting the, but on sale.
yeah, if it's on sale at that point, you just get like a player like you like that doesn't play just as a joke. Like my buddy went to Veld last year, and he sent me a video of a guy wearing a 6ixside jersey.
of course, must be Albanian.
I didn't even know they printed his side jerseys in Napoli.
Bro, I don't know if you guys saw on the Coppa Italia
I
when
thought he
Napoli.
was the only one. Hisai was the only guy that had a Hisai jersey. It's probably just Hisai, that guy at Veld. The
the
Hisai
best,
jersey.
no, the best. This one was the best one when Napoli won the Coppa Italia. This guy was walking around. I'm not even bullshitting with you. I think if I find the video after the podcast, I'll send it to you guys with a Carnesis jersey.
No way.
I'm not even bullshitting with you.
I refuse to believe that.
Okay, I'll go
Someone
find.
spent
I'll try to
money
find
on
it
a
now.
Cornets' jersey.
Yes, they did. I have to find it.
That's crazy.
I mean,
It
like,
was.
I'll buy the jersey mainly because I wanted to start this jersey collection thing where I buy jerseys from a couple teams from each division around the world. So like right now I have the Ajax one. But I wear that one all the time and it's beaten to shit. So I gotta buy a new one. Which I think I was just about to order. I was gonna order it yesterday. That and the Frankfurt one. Um, yeah, I'm starting this jersey collection thing. So like that's the only reason why I'd buy Napoli jerseys. I don't fit in them. They're made way too tight and it doesn't fit me properly. Which is why I kind of wish they moved to Adidas so that they have jerseys that can fit me and I can wear. But
Dude, I hoard Napoli jerseys, man. I have so many from like my whole life.
Oh,
maybe
Always
it's
on
just
purpose. Like I
maybe
just
it's an
always,
indication
I
for
have
me to
so
start
much
away.
Napoli shit, man. It's crazy.
Oh, my room is it's littered with Napoli memorabilia.
I would like Napoli. I like Kappa jerseys. I like the way Kappa jerseys look, but obviously an Adidas it would be more easier to get Napoli jerseys, maybe a more cheaper to a
I
certain
think it'd be
degree.
more expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
what Kappa or
No,
Yeah.
Adidas?
Adidas. My Ajax jersey costs $115.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was not cheap. Then again, it's Ajax, and not many people are buying Ajax jerseys outside of Amsterdam. So
And yeah, I think Adidas is big in like Amsterdam.
yeah, it's huge. They have a big presence in Amsterdam. But like that's just one jersey, right? Like, I couldn't tell you about other jerseys. I saw a Barca jersey like Nike sells them at $110 Canadian.
Wow.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
mean, like that's a price range you're looking at for authentic
Yeah.
jerseys.
Jerseys nowadays are just it's so crazy, bro.
Oh, don't
Like,
even get me started with hockey jerseys.
oh,
Those
Oh,
are
hockey ones. Hockey jerseys are overpriced.
I
yeah.
just have a Matthews jersey. That's it. I just bought a Matthews jersey, and that's it. I bought it like 2 years ago, and that's gonna be my jersey for like. Before that, I had like a Ty Domi jersey for like 15 years. This Matthews jersey is my Leaf jersey for the next 15 years. I do not buy hockey. I refuse to buy a hockey jersey like every fucking year. It's just impossible. Like they're like $200 or some shit like that. It's like
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah, fuck that. That's way too much. But we went down this little rabbit hole, and we are at officially an hour and 15 minutes into this.
Yeah,
These,
this one long. We just kind of like got sidetracked.
yeah, I know. We got the last 15 minutes. We're talking about jerseys, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Um,
that's how this goes. We just shoot the shit. That's it. This is a shoot the shit podcast.
yeah, it's that's literally. I don't like the like you said the question answer thing. but we'll get into that, like why we did it this way in another podcast. But having said that, Danny, thanks, buddy, for coming on. It was a pleasure
Thank you
talking to you again.
guys. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It's an honor being here.
Come on, you'll probably be on a few other, episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Danny
and
will
you
definitely.
guys. Oh, you guys will definitely be on ours again. When you guys came on, it was just I don't know. For me, I kind of felt weird doing like an interview style because I know you guys
Mhm.
personally. So for me, it was kind of like weird doing it. But next time we come on, you guys come on. Uh, we'll chill. We'll just again like this, just talk normal. Talk like we're not recording an interview, but like as boys, as friends, as Napoli supporters. It'll be
For
fun.
sure, for sure. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that. Having said that, everyone make sure to go follow 6ixside Calcio. They have a Twitter and an Instagram page, which I'm pretty sure the at is just their name.
Yeah,
Six.
at 6 icons.
Yeah, it's the letter six, the number six. I'm tired right now. IX Side Calcio, both on Twitter and Instagram, and they also have a YouTube page, in which you can watch some of their podcasts. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.